No, it's been a fucking minute. Okay, no,
It's
it's
crazy.
not that recent. I thought I saw it sooner or earlier, I guess. All right, Kragers is here. Speaking of Kragers, Zach Kragers, his next horror movie's coming, and I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah, it looks wild. That weapons movie, right?
Yeah, I mean, you put children in any horror movie, and it's always fucked up.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's just wild. They're just like running around in the nighttime. It seems
Mhm.
fucking creepy.
I hate that. I don't like Julia Gardner. She bothers the absolute hell out of me.
Yeah,
From
yeah. I think she was fucking great in
Ozark,
Ozark, but she's fucking like, yeah,
fantastic.
there's something about her.
You can't do anything else. You're
Nah.
set.
And now she's gonna be the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, that's wild too. I mean, you don't gotta look like anything. You just
No,
silver,
no. And
but
then
yeah,
until she starts talking like the Ozark chick, she's like, "You motherfucker!"
yeah,
Like,
just real high pitch Southern accent.
if you want to kill me or whatever she sounded.
Yeah.
Like.
Get away! Damn. All right. All right, we are back. I guess we can that can just kind of be our little intro into this. Obviously, we have a lot to talk about. Been a minute. We've been busy. I got a new nose, had some surgery, so I saw a lot of random ass movies, new and old. I'm actually up to 67 movies this year so far that I've seen.
Oh my gosh.
So while I was down and out with the surgery, I just laid on the couch and watched random shit, played video games, and yeah, ended up kind of plowing through my watch list here.
Yeah, this should just be called the "Holy shit, we're not dead" episode.
Yeah.
We didn't quit. We're just we're back.
I did text. It's funny you say the "We're Not Dead" episode because I love that. There's like a meme a while ago where some lady had like brain surgery or something. Was in it? No,
Mhm.
she was in a coma, and she woke up out of it, took a picture of herself, sent it to her friend, and said, "I live, bitch." That's exactly what I said to Brett after my surgery. I'm like, "I live, bitch."
That's great.
Yeah, we're still here. We're still kicking. We're still seeing a ton of movies, and we have quite a lineup here. So let's see. I'm gonna try to do this in one breath. Hold on. Let's see here.
But wait a sec. First of all, it's 2 months. This is no joke. This is no joke. So I took a little bit of things here that have happened in the past 2 months since we did a podcast. Okay. I mean, we're finally going to hit a good stride here, but in the last 2 months, we had the Pope die. We had a complete blackout in
JD Vance
Pittsburgh.
killed him.
JD Vance killed the Pope. We went to trivia last week in Pittsburgh or whatever the week the Pope died, and every single thing like was just a reference to the Pope. I swear they were just like the team names were all about the dead Pope and all this shit. But that's here nor there. That's just what happened in the 2 months since we did a podcast. There's a complete blackout in Pittsburgh that lasted at least a day if you're lucky. The NFL draft happened. Oblivion got remastered, and I think we've seen like probably fucking 30 movies apiece. Well, collectively, I think I've seen about 11, and you've probably seen
I've seen
triple
too
that.
many. Too many. All right. Big breath. Death of the Unicorn, Minecraft movie, Sing Sing, Den of Thieves 2, One of Them Days, The Woman in the Yard, Neighborhood Watch, Freaky Tales, Until Dawn, Locked, Novocaine, The Accountant 2, Mickey 17, The Alto Knights, Magazine Dreams, A Working Man, Black Bag, Warfare, Thunderbolts, Sinners. That wasn't that bad. Okay.
No, that wasn't too bad at all,
Okay.
honestly.
It looks a lot
It
longer
does.
on paper.
It's all spread out.
Other random thing, I finally got tickets to Kill Tony.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So
Did
we're
you?
going
Which
on
one did you? Oh, you're
Memorial
going in.
Day.
Did it say who's going to be yet, or is it like a surprise?
No, they said nothing. So my buddy and I, we knew the drop was coming, that they were releasing like the ones for the next, I think like 3 months or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And so we just like during work, we're just like refreshing our pages. We have our phones going. We have all these devices. But yeah, it doesn't say anything. All it said was Kill Tony, and
No shit.
we lucked out.
So how much does that ticket run you?
$50 a piece.
That's not too bad at all, actually.
It's not bad at all.
It's about what a comedy show goes for. Although, speaking of Kill Tony, Casey Rocket is coming to Pittsburgh on Saturday. And I wasn't really going to go, but there was a special at the Improv, like $5 tickets, so now we're all going to go.
Okay.
See Casey Rocket for $5 a piece.
Yeah, $5 is probably what it's worth.
Right, I agree. I'm not a big Casey Rocket guy.
I'm not, dude. I can't.
But also speaking of Kill Tony, Pittsburgh fucking Steeler legend Antonio Brown was just on. I didn't listen to that one yet, but I saw that AB was on it, so that's going to be crazy, I'm sure.
He was on Rogan not too long ago too, which is
I know. I never listened to that one
hilarious.
though. Just I figured it was just going to be a bunch of babbling nonsense.
Yeah, just concussions.
He started going off again on Twitter. He was kind of chilled out, being normal, but then he just started going off the other day about like Big Ben's sister sucked him off at the combine and all this shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah, he's something crazy that like if he didn't get super nutty, if Perfect didn't destroy his brain, he probably would have been like a top 5 wide receiver of all time.
Oh yeah, for sure. He would
He
probably
was
still be
so
playing.
good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, just unreal. And since then, the Steelers have just been meh as fuck.
doing doing our Mike Tomlin thing.
Yeah.
All right, so let's hop into these. We're gonna do some convince me to seize here. Ty, you'll kick us off, and then I'm gonna do 3, and then we'll go back to you, and then we'll just keep that pace here since I saw too many, like I said, too many things during my downtime. So kick it off here. I saw your rating, so I am excited to hear about
Yeah.
this. Death of a Unicorn.
We're starting off hot, honestly. I think so far, definitely so far, this is the worst movie of the year. I thought it was going to be just like goofy, funny, like Paul Rudd, Jen Ortega, unicorns, whatever. And then it just sucked shit. The day it came, I think I saw it the day it came out. So I think the review embargo lifted that day. And the reviews started to come in pretty bad. I was like, oh no. I mean, I don't know what I expect. I really don't know what I expected, but I knew I was cooked as soon as I saw those reviews coming in. But I mean, it wastes no time. They're driving into Paul Rudd's like business associates big ass mansion that they live in. It's pretty stereotypical. And on the way there, they fucking run over a unicorn. It's like a whole thing. It's like kind of dead, and then it's not. And then he bashes its head in with a tire iron. I mean,
Jesus.
yeah, that gets kind of wild. And then like Jenna Ortega touches it, and she can see shit, and it gets kind of weird. But I mean, it's just so everybody is so stereotypical. Ortega plays like the annoying liberal teenager. Paul Rudd just like a normal fucking white dude, and the family he's going to visit is all just a bunch of rich assholes.
Sure.
There's nothing really even funny about the movie. It's not even very interesting. Besides, they run over a unicorn. They're like, well, it can kind of help us. I don't know, like someone, this old guy's all crippled, and I don't know if he drinks the unicorn blood or if he gets the horn on him or something like that, and it makes him like fucking young again and shit. So there's like thinking of ways they can like use this unicorn to benefit them, and then ends up just biting him in the ass. More unicorns come to get them and fucking bring back their dead unicorn, which is not actually dead. I don't know. But yeah, it's not funny, not interesting. You don't really care for any of the characters. Um, they're trying to make unicorns scary, and it's just there's nothing scary about a unicorn, especially like if
Yeah.
it's over
Why
the
is
top
that like?
killing somebody, like trying to rip people apart and stuff like it's not scary. So it's not scary, it's not clever, it's not funny, and it's far too long. It's an hour and 47 minutes long, and I hated it. It's a 1 out of 10 for me.
Yeah,
I thought there was going to be something enjoyable about this movie. There was really nothing enjoyable about it at all.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking with a friend because he just saw Hereditary for the first time.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, okay, you're a little behind, but cool. And I started kind of running through Ari Aster's stuff, and he produced this. He produced Death of the Unicorn. He
Yeah.
shouldn't be allowed to produce things because apparently it doesn't go well. Because
Yeah,
he
right? Was it the last thing he did still Beau's Afraid?
that directed, yeah, but he has
Okay.
produced some garbage. He produced Sasquatch Sunset.
God, that's another fucking movie. I'll never get that time in my life back.
He also produced Rumors, which I have no idea what this is. Came out last year. It's a
Mhm.
5 out of 10. It's like
Hmm.
I just find a fucking brain in the woods, a huge brain, and it talk. Okay, yeah, that
What?
looks really dumb. But yeah, Ari Aster, in terms of at least producing, a little rough.
Yeah.
He might have got a big head after Hereditary. Now he's just has money.
I wonder if he's got anything like on the horizon coming out
He has
soon.
an Eddington.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that Eddington movie.
Yeah,
And I don't even know what the hell. I feel like that's going to be more along the lines of Beau's Afraid too.
I think so. I mean, you still have Joaquin in it. The Pedro Pascal has to be in everything.
Yeah.
Emma
We could
Stone,
talk about
Austin Butler.
we
What
could
a
talk
ton.
about Pedro fucking Pascal. Have you been keeping
He's
up
in
with The
everything.
Last of Us?
I have been. I have been.
I mean,
I okay. So, all right, we're gonna
let's dive
sidetrack
into
here.
that.
But spoilers for the last of up the episode 4, I guess, which was yesterday
Yeah.
or 2 days ago. You never played the game. and you knew
No, but I
something
know
big.
I never played the second game. Played the first. I knew he dies. I didn't know when or what
Mm-hmm.
point he dies, and I did not realize it was going to be the second episode of this
Yeah,
season.
yeah, dude.
Insane. And I knew it was violent. Like I remember texting. I was like, "It's probably with a bat or something." Golf club. Just
Yeah.
insane. I
So
didn't realize how it went down. Anything. I didn't realize he saved her life. It just so happened to be he's
gotcha.
the one that like saves her from the zombies and shit. Insane.
Yeah, so he it was partially, the whole thing wasn't how it went in the game. Obviously,
Uh huh.
it's never going to be. But yeah, it happened, and it happened quick in terms of like the actual beating him up and the death. It was supposed to go on for hours. She's just whooping the absolute piss out of
Uh
him.
huh.
And he was actually with Tommy in the game when it happened.
Okay.
There was no attack on the town. That is just a
Really?
show thing.
Oh
And
shit.
that's probably why they had Tommy stay back. They're like, all right, we need something
Yeah.
wild to happen before the wildest thing happens.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it that was good. Instead of, I was surprised she stabs him in the
In the
neck to
neck.
kill him. She fucking caves his skull in the
Oh
game
my
with
god.
with the club.
Yeah, in the show, she looks like fucking a spawn of Brock Lesnar, but in the game, she looks like the spawn
Yeah,
of Brock
dude.
Lesnar. But in the movie or in the show,
She's
she looks more like
tiny.
Ellie than fucking Ellie does.
Yeah. So she actually she auditioned to be Ellie, I heard.
Yeah, she
Um
should be. I mean, honestly.
so when they first showed Abby in, I guess it was episode 1, and everyone's like, dude, why is she so fucking small? That was just after burying her dad and everyone else. And she
Mhm.
actually got jacked because of that. Like, she was just out of anger, she got jacked. So everyone's like, shit, okay, well, maybe next time we see her, she'll be huge. And she was not huge.
Yeah.
Josh Peck coming in out of nowhere too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Gets blown up by a grenade.
Oh yeah, he got
Uh,
his shit rocked. Trying to think of what else. If there's anything else. I mean, since episode 2, episode 3 was kind of meh, and
Yeah.
yesterday's episode was also kind of meh as well. They got chased
Yeah.
for a little bit, and then like the scene that everybody's talking about that they're comparing to the game. Whenever what's
I'm a
her name?
dad.
Dina. Yeah, the
Yeah.
I'm a dad scene, dude. That was so
Yeah, that
fucking
hurt.
ridiculous.
Did you see the original, like from the game?
Yeah, she's like, what?
She's
What are you
pissed.
talking? Yeah, she's all pissed off, and in the show, she's like, I'm gonna be a dad. Oh my
Yeah,
god, it was so bad,
fucking little weasel.
so fucking bad.
It's rough because the whole game she's hell bent on revenge.
Yeah,
Her and
Tommy,
Tommy,
right? Yeah,
they're fucking pissed. Now the Tommy thing can still happen. We haven't seen him in a bit.
yeah, yeah.
But uh Ellie is just like not. She's happy about
At
being
all.
a dad, quote unquote. And
Yeah.
then like in the game, she's livid that she's pregnant. She's like, "You're gonna fucking hold me back from killing this bitch."
Yep.
And yeah, I'm curious how it goes. I'm gonna keep watching.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I do hope
but
it gets
it is
better, and I hope they
interesting.
really like tone it up again. Because I mean, it was the first season's fucking great. First 2 episodes,
Fantastic. Yeah.
great. But now I feel like without Joel, they're gonna really step it up.
Yeah. And I was so I they're already set to do a season 3.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't know how or who or what.
Yeah, because there's
I don't
only
know if
2
there's
games so far.
they might be splitting the second game into 2 seasons.
Mm,
Um,
okay.
because it feels a little bit that way here. I hope they don't.
Huh.
Because in the game you play as both Abby and Ellie.
Oh no shit. Okay.
And so there's like thoughts that season 3 is the Abby side of things.
Okay.
And I'm like, maybe. And the other
Yeah.
thing that I'm thinking is maybe more likely is they're gonna focus on like the town.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that.
Since they left Tommy behind to defend it and everything. Like
Mhm.
that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, they're trying to make like their own Daryl Walking Dead, type shit.
Mm-hmm.
There was one other thing that bugged me, and now I'm trying to think about it. I don't remember. I'll think of it, I'm sure, and I'll tell you. But there was one other thing that I was just like, that feels wrong. But whatever. We're not here for that. That's not
Right.
this show. It could be this show. Who knows? Maybe we in the future do TV shit. But right now, I gotta hop into the Minecraft movie.
Also, one quick sidebar too before
Sure.
we hop back into movies. I guess the Cannes Film Festival is like next week, so we'll
Oh.
probably getting some news out of that.
Okay.
Because I was looking into Eddington, and it's going to premiere at Cannes. I was like, when's Cannes? Next week.
There you go. It's also interesting. Politics aside, 100% tariffs on foreign-made movies is kind of wild.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to fucking work. I mean,
Yeah, how do they apply that?
exactly.
What gets tariffed?
They already came out and said like it's nothing's into effect immediately, and like they're not sure how it's going to work. They're looking into it and stuff like that. And he did say he doesn't want to hurt the film industry; he wants to help it. So we'll see. But yeah, that was kind of like
I don't know how that happens.
Right? Yeah.
Because it's not like all right, we're gonna go film in fucking Spain. All right, but you're getting tariffed by the U.S. I'm like, what? It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, like how do you tariff that? There's
Unless they like release the movie and then what? No, because then there's Americans paying it. Yeah, I don't fucking know. We'll see. I don't think anything happens. I think
no, I don't think so either.
A lot of
I think it was just kind
of yapping.
Yeah, same.
Anyways, Minecraft movie. Did not care to see this at all, quite honestly. But like I said, I was holed up. I could not do shit. I was on hydrocodone, so fuck it. Let's watch the Minecraft movie. It was fun. I'll start there. It was fun. If you're a kid or you just want something silly to watch, it was exactly that. The story, who cares? It's about Minecraft.
Right.
Essentially, the story is Jack Black, when he was a kid, he wanted to be a miner. He was told, no, you can't be a miner. It's dangerous, but he says, fuck you, and goes into the mines anyways and gets stuck into the Minecraft world, where he gets captured by this pig lady from the underworld or the Nether. That's what it is. The Nether. And he's stuck there until Jason Momoa, his character, and this little dorky kid, they team up because Jason Momoa is like a former 1980s pro like arcade gamer.
Okay.
And the kid's just like a dork who's new to town, getting picked on. And so he's like, I'll be your life coach. I'm Jason Momoa. And so they just kind of start hanging out, and then they find an old video game. He bought like Storage Wars. He buys a Storage War thing, and that's where he finds this like cube, and it says, go to this mine, and they fucking do. So then they get warped into the world, and then it's just all like, okay, we're being attacked by the pig lady, run away. It's silly. It's fucking silly. It was okay enough for me to put on and be drugged up and enjoy, but it's not one I'm like, hey, you got to absolutely see this. The kid acting is horrid. Jason Momoa is just Jason Momoa, which, if that's your thing, cool. CGI fucking ruled. Insanely impressive how well done it was. Because not only was it CGI, they actually had a decent amount of real props in the film that made it look really good. I actually saw a version of this movie that apparently someone from the inside leaked, where it wasn't finished being edited.
Really?
And when you watched it, you're in like the villager town. It's just people wearing big ass green cube head outfits, and it was silly. And some of the Foley CGI characters, their mouths weren't animated to move yet. So that was kind of funny to see the green and the blue screens, and like when they're flying through the air, you can see the wires they're hanging from. So that version was kind of funny. But if you watch the real version, of course, super well done animation. It was pretty cool. But anyways, it's not one to go out and force yourself to see. I give it a 4 out of 10. Okay. If you need something to just kind of put on and chuckle at, go for it.
Yeah, fucking chicken jockey, dude.
Exactly. Then you throw your popcorn everywhere. Dude,
they're doing the showings now that have that or whatever. Like you can like fuck around during the showing now, I guess. I don't know how that all happened. Like how did that all come to be? Just people like memeing pretty much?
4chan or some shit. They're like, all right, everyone, when they yell chicken jockey, flip out. Crazy like that.
I was never a big Minecraft guy, so this one just really didn't resonate with me one bit. So I don't.
It was like
I'm sure it's worth a toss on. Yeah,
it's like right after our time,
Yeah,
I think it got big like freshman year college or something, and I'm just like, I don't care. It's kind of fun, but
yeah,
I don't have time to actually go and build shit.
Yeah, no, there's too much time in that shit.
And a lot of time. But hey, kids love it. Made that dude a billionaire.
Oh my god, I'm sure.
Is he a billionaire? Now Notch was his name. Net worth. Now I'm curious. And he's $1.4 billion.
My god.
He sold it to Microsoft for he sold his company for 2.5 billion.
Jesus.
And he got, I guess, 1.4 of that. So yeah,
Wow.
insane. Fuck, I'm still going. All right, 2 more. Then I can
2 more.
rest
Come
my
on.
voice. I saw Sing Sing, which technically I don't think that came out this year. I think this was like end of last year because it was up for Oscars.
Oh, okay.
I'm almost positive it was up for some Oscars. This
Mhm.
is a true story, which made it a bit more interesting. If it wasn't a true story, I'm not sure how much I'd care, but basically it's about a prison and it's about a theater group in the prison.
Oh,
So the
okay.
prisoners, they will like pick up a play, a musical, whatever, and there's like an actual theater director that comes in. It's not a prisoner and like oversees everything, but they all just get into acting, just as a way to escape the
Mhm.
fact that they're in fucking prison. So it's just kind of like their lives. Some of the people, they're touchy and they get pissy if you give them direction. So it's kind of like those inner conflicts, a lot of internal conflicts.
Mm.
They end up doing like Shakespeare, which is kind of wild.
Okay.
And they actually perform in front of people, which I also find like for a prison, that's kind of wild. Obviously, they're not like super hard criminals, but it's still interesting that they kind of perform to semi-public. It's not open to everyone, but like the staff and like prison directors, the marshals, and all those people, they can come and watch. But I won't harp on it too much. It was good. I did enjoy it. I gave it a 7 out of 10. It is just an interesting perspective. When you think prison, you think like, oh yeah, we're gonna get fucking shanked. But obviously they're not all like that.
Mhm.
um Also, apparently the dude it's about, he didn't actually commit the crime. He was innocent. And the real guy is actually in the movie at some point. So I always like when they kind of do that little cameos of the real people that the
Yeah,
story's on.
definitely.
Yeah, it was good enough. It's only an hour 45, so not super time consuming. Um, I can see how it can drag, but the content is good. And I mean, it's sitting at a 7.7 out of 10.
Uh-huh.
IMDb 83 on Metacritic, and I'm hitting it with a 7.
There you go. Another A24 banger.
Yeah,
They just
I
continue to be the top of the top.
I respect them because they take the risks.
Yeah.
You know, it's
And the new
not.
thing, the biggest thing about them now is like they have I guess they got like a several $billion company evaluation, so they're gonna start dipping into
Yeah.
like blockbuster movies now. And the rumor on the street now is that they're gonna produce the Elden Ring movie.
Wow.
Yeah, and Alex Garland is gonna direct, who just directed Warfare and Civil War
Okay.
and all that shit. So we'll see if that comes true or not. But yeah, that's freaking sweet.
Yeah, that
If
is. Give them a good budget. I don't like, what was their highest budget movie?
I
Like,
wonder, I don't
I'm
know.
actually curious now. Let's see if we can find if there's actual answers out there. A24 highest budget film. What do we got? What the fuck is that? I don't even know what that is. Marty Supreme?
Oh, that's coming out this year, I think.
Okay, well, there you go. $70 million budget. Previously, Civil War.
Oh, okay.
Civil War.
Yeah, Marty
Uh,
Supreme sounds actually pretty slick.
I I have not a clue what that is.
Let me see. I can't remember if it's Tom Holland or if it's Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet.
Chalamet. Okay, nice. I knew it was one of those two.
Chalamet. Penn Jillette. Tyler, the creator. What? Marty Masur, a young man with a dream no one respects, goes to hell and back in the pursuit of greatness. Josh Safdie. So the other Safdie brother.
Smashing Machine, that's going to be coming up from the one Safdie brother.
Safdie bros. Old Benny.
Benny.
Uh,
December. It's Marty Supreme. Okay.
there you go.
I can go. I can go. Do you want me to go?
No, let me get out my third one.
Okay. All right.
This won't be too long. Den of Thieves, Pantera. I don't remember the first one at all. Threw this one on. It is just like any other Gerard Butler action movie in the past 10 years. I don't know, just kind of back and forth. Not the most interesting story. It's like, oh, I'm working for this group of people, not JK. I'm working for this group of people. I'm actually still police. What? No, crazy. there is nothing insane about it. It wasn't incredibly interesting. The action was meh, and the story meh. It's pretty much the first one.
Okay.
But I gave it a 5 out of 10. Nothing special here.
Do love that it's called Pantera because there's nothing wrong with a little Pantera every now and then.
Yeah, that's right. Walk.
I was actually just listening to Pantera today.
But yeah, I'm gonna give myself a break here, and let you do one here, Ty.
Yeah, that'll lead me into One of Them Days, which is finally on Netflix. I remember Tay and I almost went and saw this one at the theater, like I guess probably would have months ago at this point, but we saw the reviews were supposed to be pretty good, and we never ended up going to see it. But let me see what it's sitting at right now. I'm curious what it's got. One of Them Days on IMDb, it's got a 6.5, and on Rotten Tomatoes, I think it's probably a little bit higher than that. One of Them Days, it's got 94% certified fresh from critics and 90% certified. So pretty good reviews all around for this one. I wasn't really sure what the plot was exactly before we started watching it, but it gets going immediately, and it's not a hard story to follow at all. Keke Palmer is just funny as hell, and SZA is really like a double threat. Everybody knows she can sing and like rap or whatever. Now she can act too, and they have insane chemistry. Like, it didn't even seem like they were acting. It was just effortless in a good way. It wasn't effortlessly bad. It was effortlessly good acting in a good way. And there's like, this is probably the funniest movie of the year so far, I think. It was legit laugh out loud funny moments a lot of the time. For example, they're getting chased by a big, like a bully chick. She's got a big red hair. They call her Big Red or something like that. Booking ass at them down the street, and then someone opens up a car door and she gets absolutely fucking bent. It was so funny because it was so unexpected. It's like, it honestly looked like a Jackass stunt because she gets fucked up and then she's like out to get them the whole rest of the movie. It's pretty much just two chicks that lose their rent money. They have to find a way to make their rent before the end of the day before they get evicted. Okay. So it's easy enough story to comprehend, but yeah, we also have Cat Williams. He's a pretty big character in the movie, and he's fucking hilarious. They go to this like I guess it would be like where you can go and get like checks cash, or they'll give you a loan or something like that. And Cat Williams is like outside. He's homeless. He's like, "Don't do it. They gave me 27 loans. I'm all," and he's just all fucked up, like just telling him not to go and sign up and get these loans and shit to get like quick rent money. And he's just so funny. The whole movie's just enjoyable as hell, lighthearted, easy watch, super rewatchable. I think it's only like an hour and 37 minutes long, so it's not bad at all. But definitely, like I said, it's well worth a watch, especially now that it's on Netflix. I gave it a 7.4.
Nice.
Yeah, I think solid movie.
I think I did see the Cat Williams bit on like TikTok or something. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What is this from?
I thought he was just going to be a little cameo. He's in it pretty, like a good bit, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'll have to give that a go. It's nice that I always enjoy when things are easily findable.
Yeah.
And just on Netflix.
It's so convenient just being on Netflix.
Den of Thieves also Netflix right now.
Okay.
So there you go. If you need some background noise, that's one for you.
Yeah, One of Them Days is definitely worth a watch.
All right, let's get going here. This is so Ty, you had your 1 out of 10. This is mine. This is my 1 out of 10. The woman.
At least we both have one.
Yeah, and I did not feel bad at all about giving this one a 1 out of 10. Completely deserved it. So my 1 out of 10 is The Woman in the Yard, and this pissed me off because I was actually somewhat excited to see it.
Same.
You saw the trailer. I'm like, ew.
It looked like it was gonna be weird,
and it was weird, but it was also pretentious in that it tried to be more than it needed to be. Let me see if I can bring up my notes because I remember getting like angry at things, and I'm sure I wrote notes somewhere. Here we go. Oh yes, here we go. Okay. I was generally excited for this film based on the trailers. However, it turned out to be incredibly silly with horrible acting. Some argue that there's a deeper message to it, suggesting that those who didn't understand it is the reason they didn't enjoy it. Shut up. The metaphor in the film is straightforward. It's not something crazy. So I'll just spoil it because no one should ever see this movie.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Basically, the woman's husband died. I don't really know how. They're having troubles paying bills. The whole first like 10, 15 minutes is the kid complaining that there's no power and they can't even call the power company because they didn't pay the phone bill either. So they're struggling to make ends meet. I guess they just randomly bought this farm, it feels like, and not long after they bought it, a husband died. Lady shows up in the yard, and it is you come to find that like at the end, it's basically a metaphor for the impending like thinking about killing yourself, suicide stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool, but that's not scary. I'm here to be scared. And
So it's not even like a ghost or like a horror, like a haunted movie like that. It's just this lady just sitting in the front yard, like ominously.
yeah, and
Is she
that's
even
the thing.
fucked
Like,
up looking?
I'm gonna say no, no.
Okay.
But what fucked me up was like when she does show up in the yard and they're like, "Mom, someone's in the yard," and like you look at her, I'm like, "Oh God, no, that's weird. It's super creepy." And then she goes to talk to her,
Oh, what the
and this
fuck?
is where I'm like, "Fuck me, this is dumb." So she starts talking to the woman in the yard, name the movie, and she talks back.
God.
But what's stupid and kind of makes sense is that when she talks, she's super far away. She's at least like 20, 30 feet away from this woman, just like, "Hey, are you okay? You need help?"
Yeah.
But when this lady talks, she's not like raising her voice. It's like she's talking normally, but it sounds like she's right in her ear. And so I'm
Ugh.
like, that's weird. And not like it would be weird in a creepy way if it was like a horrifying voice. It's just a normal voice.
Yeah.
And it wasn't scary at all. So I'm like, I don't like that. That's annoying. And then just the rest of the movie ends up silly about like, what do we do with this woman? We can't kick her out, blah 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 blah. And then like I said, as it goes on, you piece together that like, oh, this is the tragedy that's overlooking this woman. She's having a hard time. She wants to kill herself,
Uh-huh.
and it just shut up.
Does she end up killing herself? What the fuck? Does the
No
lady
one
just
dies.
eventually go away then?
You can assume that, yeah.
Right.
It's just kind of like they're like hiding and shit because weird shit starts happening. But like I don't know, it's like they're hiding from nothing almost, and it's not like this demon spirit ghost bitch is doing anything. It's not like The Conjuring or anything like that. It's literally a lady in the yard, and like she's covered by like a black veil,
Yeah, yeah.
and like you see like the eyes protruding through. That's really about it.
Okay.
And I didn't confirm this. I should actually look this up now. I thought the voice is actually just. No, it's not. Okay. I thought it was the same woman's voice.
Okay.
It's not. They are different people.
Okay, I was gonna say that probably almost would have been a dead giveaway at that point.
Yeah, I was like, all right, this is weird. But yeah, not great. 1 out of 10. Don't waste your time.
Yeah, no, especially as soon as I saw those reviews, I was good.
Yeah.
That's a hard
Easy.
pass.
It's a shame. It looked good. And I
Yeah.
bet it would have been good as a short film. Like a 10,
Yeah.
15-minute movie.
That could have actually that would have worked out well, I'm sure.
Yeah, I
There's
feel like
not
there's a
enough
lot of
short
those.
films. Like there should be more of that.
Right.
Instead, yeah,
There's like, and if the short film's good, turn it into a full movie. You can't, if you go straight to full movie and it sucks, but you're like, there's something there. That's something else.
yeah.
There's something else I recently watched where I felt like that. I'm like, this should have been a short film. What the hell was it? Now I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Because that movie didn't do it. Because there's some fantastic, like Lights Out. That's one of the best short films to feature film ever. I love that.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
All right. Next one here for me. Heard nothing about this movie until I just randomly saw it out there on IMDb. I'm like, what is this? Is this old? Is this new? But it is new. Neighborhood Watch. It is Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Jack Quaid. So some decent names in there. Jack Quaid's just kind of, I'm going to talk about him again in a little bit. But Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who's, Negan in the Walking Dead series. I don't remember his name from The Watchmen, the comedian, the Joker, not the Joker, the comedian. I think it's something
I
like
think
that.
so. Yeah.
So he's in this, and it is a story of Jack Quaid is like schizophrenic. And he sees things and was in a mental hospital for a little bit, and he like pretty recently got out. And then Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character is or was a security guard at like a college library or something. And like you can easily tell he was one of those guys that like took his security job way too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he got fired. So he's just kind of bored. But they're neighbors, you find out in the apartments where they live. And Jack Quaid's character sees a woman get kidnapped, and he's not sure if it was real or not. So he like calls the police and everything, and he tells them, and they're like, "Okay, we'll look into it." And then they look into it, and it turns out that like they find out who Jack Quaid's character is, and they're like, "This dude's just a nutcase. We're not going to listen to him." And so no one listens to him about this girl getting kidnapped until he brings it up to Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character. So the story is just them kind of searching down for this girl and, you know, proving if he's crazy or not. Because part of the movie is you don't really know. You're just kind of assuming that, okay, he actually saw this. And it does, it gets pretty good. The story's not bad. It's simple enough. But it's enjoyable little action film. I think it's short. Yeah, it's only an hour and a half, an hour 32. But yeah, it wasn't horrible. It's an easy enough watch. I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
I think both actors did really well playing their characters, like almost too well for how the movie kind of ended up. So acting is solid, stories whatever, the action also whatever. I feel like it's a lower budget film. That might make sense. Oh wow. The I don't have a budget, but the total gross right now is $7,100.
Oh my god! What the? I was gonna say
not like
I didn't think it was at the theater because I don't even think I heard about it, so I didn't know if it was a streamer or what.
Yeah, so it looks like one of those direct video on demand on Prime.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking.
But yeah, not a lot of money here.
Yeah, I like Jack Quaid though. He's pretty
He's
like
solid,
he's
yeah.
definitely like a solid young actor coming up. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, he's solid too. So yeah, I mean, I'll definitely Jeffrey Dean Morgan or Jack Quaid?
No, Jack Quaid.
I was gonna say I hope Jeffrey Dean Morgan's our age because he looks like he's about
that would hurt.
70, but he's not.
He is
he's
1
probably
year older than us.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought he was probably close to our age. So
yeah, 92
Yeah.
looks like. But he's in a lot of shit. You know, I think fuck, what's that show he's in?
The Boys.
That kind of probably shot
For
him into
sure.
the atmosphere here.
Definitely.
I forgot he was in the Hunger Games.
Yeah, we just rewatched that not too long ago.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that. Yeah, he was in that too.
But you know,
Little
they'll
douche.
call him they'll call him Nepo Baby and everything. But
Yeah, he can definitely
he actually is skilled though. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. He's not just an Evo baby, but
there's a difference.
that's inevitable though. Yeah, he can't help it. His dad's cool too.
Yeah, I like him. He was in the one where the lady turns into the younger self and like rips out of her body. Last year, she was up for Best Actress. Oh my god.
Substance. Yeah, Substance.
Yes.
Yeah,
He was in that. And as a character, I would never expect him to play because he's always kind of been like, you know, super like Christian type guy playing those types of roles.
Yeah, good guy dad.
Yeah.
This was like a gross
I
pig.
like that turn. So maybe his son talked him into it after watching The Boys. All right, my last one here before you go again. Freaky Tales. This was weird. It's a very weird movie, but I liked it. I did like it. It is 3 different stories. 4 different stories that somehow end up connecting with each other in one way or another. Some of them more than others. Like the one story, I think it's the second one, like barely connected to anything, but it was whatever. So on the same town, something's going on. It's like late 80s California. So there's a lot of like the neon type vibes and all that, the synth wave and early like R&B hip hop. But it handful of stories here. It starts off, the first story is about like neo-Nazis like trying to just like beat the piss out of people at a club, and instead the people at the club just go to war with them like the Outsider style where they just have a rumble. And it is fucking brutal. It rules. It was so fucking wild. Just completely fighting in the streets, murdering each other. It's insane. Second story is about 2 female rappers who get like a major break to go like rap battle some known artist. That's the one that like kind of has not a lot to do with the other ones, but it was still fun. The third one was Pedro Pascal, his
Okay.
character. He is like the muscle for like underground casinos and hitman type work, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And someone murders his wife. And so like he's just like, I don't give a fuck about nothing. I'm gonna find this dude and I'm gonna fucking murder him.
Mm-hmm.
Type of deal. He has nothing to lose. So that was his story. And then the last story is about a basketball player, like NBA star, who's his family gets murdered. And so he's kind of same deal. He's like, I'm gonna go fucking murder everyone with a samurai sword. So it is a mess of a movie. It is all over the place, but it is quite enjoyable. I give it a 7 out of 10. They fit a lot into an hour 47.
Okay.
He said all these different stories kind of combining into one thing. Pedro Pascal obviously kicks ass. Ben Mendelsohn, he's
Yeah.
he's in a lot of things, but he's like a bad cop type deal.
Okay.
Then a lot of up and comers, I guess I'll call them, like people you don't know, nobody,
Right.
but they all did really, really solid. Like I said, it was weird. It was a very weird movie. Don't take it too seriously, and you'll have fun.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch this one because I saw it like whenever I was looking for what was playing at the movies the one day I saw it and I was like, what the hell is this? And I was looking into it and it sounded interesting and I kind of wanted to go see it, but I just didn't have enough time. So it's definitely not showing anymore. It's probably on something now, I'm sure. So I'll definitely give this one a watch. What'd you say you gave it out of 10?
7 out of 10.
7? Okay. Definitely, yeah, that's solid as hell. You have convinced me to watch that. I'm going to convince you to not watch Until Dawn. So I never did play the game, and maybe if I did, I'd like it a bit more. But this one's just pretty fucking like just a mid movie. It's kind of similar to Cabin in the Woods mixed with like Groundhog Day is how I would. That's pretty much exactly it. Pretty, like I said, pretty middle of the road reviews. Whenever I saw it, I think I saw it opening day. So I think it was sitting. It's sitting around a 53% critic and 68% audience, which I kind of expected the audience to be a little bit higher, just especially because it's a video game movie. But I mean, there's like one, two. I think there's probably 5 characters, and I think only 2 of them are even worth a damn, and the others are all pretty much just there to get killed over and over again. They all kind of suck. There's definitely some nods to other horror movies and like, of course, to the game, but the pacing and the editing is just kind of off for me. It kind of feels like Winnie the Pooh, like in a bad way.
Oh no.
The first one,
Oh
because
no.
it's like just not cohesive. One second they're in like the woods, and all of a sudden they're in like a house, and it's completely like no cohesiveness at all. And the story just kind of falls flat. So it's just like stereotypical. Like they're out looking for this girl's like sister who went missing, and this is the last place she was seen or whatever, and then they get stuck there or something like that, and they all have to survive until dawn to live. But and then you find out there's a guy responsible for it, but we never find out how or why, I don't think, unless I'm just a smooth brain idiot and they don't explain it well, or it's just all vague on purpose. But it just is like, okay, so now, why is this happening? How is this happening? And then you don't really find out. But I mean, it's kind of cool because like each night something different happens. Like the first night, they just all get killed by like a murderer. A murderer shows up and just kills them all. Second night, like I think he's still there too, but then some other shit starts to go down, and like different shit happens each night. So it's kind of cool in that aspect. It keeps it a little interesting instead of just the same thing happening over and over again, like Groundhog Day. But then, of course, the end, there's definitely a sequel tease. So, is there a second game? I'm not even sure. Um, so
No,
I'm
there's
sure.
not, and that's why. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I played the game. I really enjoyed the game.
Okay, yeah, I heard
Um,
the game was solid back in the day.
I heard, yeah, and the movie everyone is saying is not the game at all.
Okay,
Like there's no like Groundhog Day like shit to it.
really?
Like it doesn't repeat the day and things aren't like
Uh huh.
different. It is not that at all. Like
Okay.
I don't know. That kind of sounds like an interesting concept. Also sounds like, what was that? Happy Death Day.
Yeah, it's honestly it's kind of like an amalgam of all those things, like
Gotcha.
Cabin in the Woods, Happy Death Day, like all that stuff. It really is.
Yeah. So like
So it's
that's
kind of
not
interesting in that aspect, but it's like it's just really like nothing really. It's
yeah.
not scary, and it's not really that all that interesting either. It's just kind of all happening, and
Yeah, I don't know why they like I hate that they can take the name of something that people know
mhm,
and like it's not even that they just did that. That's like the logo.
mhm,
The like little infinity symbol except it was a I believe it was a skull and not a house.
yeah, uh-huh,
Like that's obviously what you're teasing.
mhm,
Why are we lying about what the movie is? That's silly.
yeah. So it just kind of fell flat for me. I ended up going 4 on this one.
Ouch.
It's about on par with Wolfman. I'd probably almost I don't know, it's probably a dead heat between those 2 about which one I'd rather watch again. But I did look, this only had like a film budget of like 15 mil and it made like over 30. So it definitely did double up real quick. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do a part 2,
Yeah.
but they might have expected more money than just that. So who knows? I guess we'll see. But yeah,
See
just
if
kind of
people fall for
mid.
it again.
Yeah, you could try and give it a stream sometime if you're curious on how it
Mhm.
stacks up to the game. I feel like if I did play the game, I'd be super curious to watch it, but yeah, I just it was okay.
And that's exactly why I wanted to watch it because the game was cool. I love
Yeah.
so it's I forget the name of the developers for the game, but
Hmm.
they have a handful of games like this. And what I mean by that is their games they always have multiple characters. You know,
Yeah,
in
and
this
you have to
one
like make
maybe it was five.
choices or something like that, right?
Exactly. And if a
Yeah.
character dies, the game's not over. The
Okay.
game keeps going, but now you don't have that character, and that causes other things to happen.
Okay. That's really
Uh,
cool.
so it's neat. It's neat in that sense because usually when you die in a game, checkpoint. No, you just keep on going. Um, but yeah, the story. I think it was in. I think they were looking for someone's sister. I don't remember exactly,
Uh-huh.
but they're on like a ski resort type deal, and they get
Okay.
like stuck up there, and there's like weird fucking cave monsters and shit, kind of like the things from like Disease
Yeah,
10.
there are cave mon they kind of explain how that happened. So
Gotcha.
yeah. And then at the end the tease is like a cabin in like a snowy cabin, so I'm guessing that's more towards the
Oh,
game too, I
interesting.
guess. But yeah, I don't know why they didn't just start off with that
Just
instead of
do it.
just like a random fucking like visitor center in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
They should have just done the snowy cabin.
Ji Young Yu is in that, and she was in that Freaky Tale movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's one of the characters that's like kind of worth a damn, I guess.
Sure, does things.
The other girl's name's Clover. They call her
Yeah.
Clove or something like that. I think I can't even fucking remember.
I actually feel like that was her name in the game. I might
I,
I might be completely wrong. It's been years.
I couldn't remember if she'd been in other shit or not. I don't think so.
But I can give my last three convince me to seize here before we go into some full reviews. Next one I saw here, Locked. This was another super random movie. Big names in it. It's Bill Skarsgård and Anthony Hopkins. And essentially, the story is Bill Skarsgård is a thief. He needs money. He tries to doesn't try. He breaks into a car and the car locks him in. And you find out that like Anthony Hopkins is the owner of this car. He like calls the car and was like, "You fell for my trap, you dumbass." And so like essentially Anthony Hopkins' character is just like pissed that people keep stealing his shit and they do nothing about it. So he's like, "I trapped the fuck out of this car." So like the car will like tase him. He'll get gassed and like he blasts really shitty music just to like torture him. So it is pretty funny, but the novelty of it kind of wears off pretty quickly.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm sure.
it's like okay, it's one of those like one scene type movies. I mean,
Uh-huh.
there's multiple scenes, but 80% of the movie he's just in this car talking with Anthony Hopkins. I don't no, I think you do see him maybe very late in the movie. Um, but yeah, it's just him arguing with him, getting tased. It's funny. And then eventually the car can drive itself, which is wild. Um, but yeah, this is another. This you know what? I think this is it. I think this was the movie that, if it was a short film, it would have been fantastic. It is just too long. You can't care about this dude trapped in the car for long enough. Funny concept that, it's just fuck you. You're stealing my car. It's like you can't feel bad for the guy. He's a thief.
Yeah.
It's kind of that deal. But Anthony Hopkins does torture the absolute piss out of him, freezes him out, makes the AC super cold. Bill Skarsgård eventually like shoots the window, and they're bulletproof windows, so he shoots himself in the leg.
Oh my gosh.
It's a mess, but yeah, it's too long for what it is. I gave it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah. Speaking of this, I just looked and saw that it's a remake of a 2019 Argentinian
fuck.
action film called 4x4. So
Alright.
I don't know. And that one didn't even get good reviews either. So it's like, why did they remake this?
Yeah. But that's the thing. People are lazy. They're like, oh, let's just make this again, but American.
That's like a very popular thing to do now. And this other one, 4x4, it had a budget of 3 million euros and it grossed 1.2 million at the box office. So
Yikes.
sounds like a flopper.
Yeah, it does.
Locked. I didn't even hear that one. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is a silly one. All right, next two here. I saved these two for last because these were my favorites.
I wanted to see Novocaine so bad, and I just no times will line up. So I'm just gonna watch. I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yes, Novocaine was good right out the bat. I'll tell you, 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it.
You don't even got to go into it too much then, because I'm gonna watch the hell out of it. I don't want to spoil.
I'm gonna say I like the advertising they did for it. They had Jack Quaid at a Lakers game.
Yeah, and he was all fucked up.
They kept every time they showed him, he was more and more fucked up.
That's awesome.
So long story short, Jack Quaid's character cannot feel things, and his girlfriend gets kidnapped. Well, not his girlfriend, the girl he wants to be with gets kidnapped, and so he's like, "All right, I'm a superhero now. I can't feel pain," and it's just fun. It is fun. The guy in the chair from Spider-Man, Jacob Batalon, is in it as well, and it's just silly. Like I'll say, one of the funny things is he has to have a timer on to know when to go pee because he can't feel when he has to go pee.
That's hilarious.
So it is fun. It is very good. Like I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on it. Don't want to ruin anything.
Yeah.
Just under 2 hours, and it starts off quick and it kind of keeps going. So 8 out of 10. It's funny. It's silly. And the action's pretty solid too. It gets brutal.
Nice. Hell yeah. I'm definitely gonna watch this one. I want to watch it this week. I'm sure I definitely know where I can find it now.
There's
but
places you can go.
Yeah. I was just looking. I thought it was weird because it has like a 58% Metascore, which feels low because it's got 80s everywhere else. So that's weird. I wonder if it got review bombed or something like that.
It's one of those ones that like critics will be like, "This is fucking stupid," because it's silly. It's silly, but it's enjoyable, and that's what I'm going for.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. I'm definitely gonna watch that one.
Next one here, my last. Convince me to see or not, The Accountant 2. I also gave this an 8, and now I gotta think about it. I think they're two different movies. I think overall, I like The Accountant 2 probably more than Novocaine. However, if you're looking for a laugh, watch Novocaine. If you want more action, watch The Accountant 2. They're very different movies.
I need to watch The Accountant 1, and I think it's on Netflix now.
I didn't remember it at all. It is on Netflix.
Okay, so it really doesn't matter then?
It doesn't seem to matter. Like, you need to know that like he's not just a fucking accountant.
Sure.
Obviously, he's like a mastermind. I don't want to call him a spy. He's not really a spy, but a mercenary type deal, I'll call him. It was funny when I looked up like a synopsis of the first movie. It's like an autistic man, and I'm like, he's autistic? I didn't remember that at all. That he was autistic. But it's very apparent in the first like 10 minutes of the movie. Slight spoiler, but it doesn't kill anything. He's doing one of those like round robin like speed dating things, and he filled out his questionnaire cards to optimize his profile. So when they said go, every single woman there lined up at his table because he just put the answers that he knew they wanted to hear. So he got matched with every single female. So that was funny. John Bernthal is just John Bernthal. He's
rules. The man. I fucking love him. He's the man.
Find out that's his brother.
Okay.
Recruits him to help him out. J.K. Simmons is in it for a little bit, not too long. It's a solid action movie. I enjoyed it. There's some laughs in here as well. He goes line dancing and other random shit. But I did like this quite a bit. This is another 8 out of 10. If I had to pick, Novocaine or this, probably this, but by a hair.
Yeah, this I'm gonna watch this one too. I'll definitely make time to watch the first one first, just since it's on Netflix now, it's so easily watchable, and then I'll watch this one too. Definitely, those are the two on the top of my at-home streamer watches now, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And this didn't get nearly as high ratings as the first one did.
Really?
The first one had, oh man, it's been a minute since the first one, hasn't it? No, it hasn't. I'm just looking at the wrong thing because I'm stupid. Uh, no, I guess it's not super different. At least on IMDb, 7.3 for the first one. The second one has a 7.1, 7.1. No, Metacritic's higher. Okay, when I first looked at this, before I watched the movie, the first one was a good deal higher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fun. I say that I don't like Ben Affleck at all.
I'm
But
not a big Ben Affleck guy at all either. Actually, I think
he's
he's a
very
douche.
good in this. It's
Yeah,
weird.
that's cool.
It's weird. Um,
Did he also
yeah.
direct it?
No, I think he directed the first. No, he didn't.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
oh fuck, I just closed that. Gavin O'Connor, so the same director as the first one. This guy kind of rules. He produced Warrior. And he also directed. What else you got? Oh, he directed Warrior. That rules. Miracle, the hockey movie. I don't know. The Americans. I never watched that show. Yeah, solid action guy. It seems.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Just completely closed out our notes, but that's okay. I know what's next.
Yeah.
We're into our full reviews. We're just going right into spoilers. We don't have time to split it up into both. We have a
Nobody
lot
got
of
time
ground to
for that.
cover.
Fuck yeah. First one on the list is Mickey 17.
It
And this
is. And
feels like it came out so long ago too. It's
I did
crazy.
that was during our last episode, this was the movie we were talking about coming out.
Yeah, it's
So it's
nuts. And it's
been a
already
minute.
yeah. I think it's gonna be streaming soon. So like I said, this we were both really high on this one. Couldn't wait to see it. Reviews
Yeah,
started to come in and it was kind of just good, not great. And that's
sure.
kind of how I think I would describe it too. I think I expected more sci-fi action, which kind of like looking on
Yeah.
IMDb, it seems to be like I think that's what a lot of people were thinking it was going to be. Maybe we see a lot of like action and Mickey's dying and shit like that. But it was really kind of just
Right.
more of like a drama about like social classes and how much better off you'd be if you were rich in space and if you had a better job compared to, being Mickey and being an expendable dude or whatever the hell he's called.
Yeah, I felt pretty much the same exact way. I think it could have been a lot better
Yeah.
than it was. All the pieces were there.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not even
definitely.
that it had to be shorter. They could have made it longer, but they focused on the wrong things. It felt more, like you said, political drama than
Uh-huh.
the funny, hey, go out there and get killed and come back to life. That doesn't
Mhm.
happen that much. Like they do like a
No.
little compilation and then it's just like, hey, there's two of you now.
Yeah, they should have done a lot more of that, I think, in my opinion. I think I would have like it wouldn't have helped the runtime at all, but I definitely think they could have done more of that. It would have built a little bit more character for Mickey and shit like that and been a little bit more funny to watch. Definitely was some laugh out loud moments though. Some of the shit that Ruffalo says, like I took notes like he called like those little aliens grotesque shit gibbons. I think he told somebody, I think maybe whenever they were holding up the line or whatever at the end, he said like one move and you're man burger or something like that. And then all the
He-
interactions between like 17 and 18 were pretty good because they ripped on the drugs or whatever. And like, I think 18 was like twirling 17's hair in his fingers and fucking around
yeah.
with him. It was funny.
So that actually brought back my memory where there was that whole thing about Stephen Yeun's character being like a drug dealer,
Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
and it didn't matter at all.
No.
Nothing came from it. They made such a big deal about it, and then nothing.
Uh huh.
So I'm
Yeah,
like,
they're like,
okay,
oh,
that was
somebody up here knows. And then nobody,
no
it's
one
just,
gave a shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was not a big deal at all.
Um, yeah, Mark Ruffalo, you could tell. Obviously, Mark Ruffalo despises Trump. He's come out a lot about it, and I
Yeah.
guarantee a lot of like his character came from watching Trump, which is
Uh
funny.
huh. Yeah, I think Ruffalo is underrated. He's been pretty good in everything he's in. Even going back to was it last year, Poor Things, or the year before that, whatever. Poor Things, he was hilarious
It
in
might
that
have been
too.
2 years ago. Yeah.
It's crazy if that was 2 years ago. Because where the hell is the time gone? If so,
It's nuts. I remember him in, boy, how far long ago was this? I think it was like 13 going on 30. Yes, in 2004. That's what like my first memories of Mark Ruffalo were is from that movie. And actually going back further, he wasn't in much before that. So it was like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. He was in that. 2004 was his fucking year. He did Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which is an incredible movie. 13 going on 30, and then he did Collateral with Tom Cruise. So that was his year, and then he just kind of took off from there.
He's been nominated for Best Supporting Actor 4 times and lost all 4.
Oh, damn, poor dude. He's
Got 2
getting the
Emmys and
Leo
a
treatment.
Golden Globe and a couple SAG awards. Well, I don't know what his Golden Globe is for. Best Actor in a miniseries or television film in a show that I've never fucking heard of. And then Screen Actors Guild Award, he has some wins for Spotlight and some other shit I never heard of. So, yeah, definitely I would say underrated.
For sure.
But this movie, as far as like Bong Joon-ho's top goes, I mean, it's still obviously Parasite for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think this would be too. I think I do like this one better than Snowpiercer. And then after
Agreed.
Snowpiercer, that's it. I haven't seen any of the others. So I don't really have a bridge to stand on for if it's better than the rest of them. But out of the 3 I've seen, I think this is 2.
Yeah.
I do like Snowpiercer though a lot. It's a good fucking movie. It
Okja
made me
was
want to.
fucking weird.
Yeah, okay. That's one about the pig.
It's about the pig, and then it's just this whole meets murder type stance. I'm like, okay.
Okay. I wonder if he's a vegan. Do you think Bong Joon-ho's a vegan?
It might be. I think a lot of Koreans might be, or at least
Probably.
vegetarian.
Yeah.
The Host was weird.
I don't know if I saw that one either. I think I only just saw 3.
It's like a lake monster. Yeah, no, Parasite stands out incredibly above the rest.
Oh, I think so too. I
But-
do think that this is still one of the better movies of the year. I just didn't like it as much as I thought it was gonna, but it's still for me, I ended up at an 8.3 with it.
8.3. I went 7, it looks like.
Okay.
So yeah, solid movie. Could have been better.
I agree. Agree 100%.
One that could have been better, but I don't think there was any real way to make it better. The Alto Knights. So, Ty, this was on my most anticipated list coming into
No
the year.
shit.
I'm like, fuck yeah, De Niro, Nicholas Pileggi. We dude, it's Goodfellas all over again.
Yeah.
Let's go. It wasn't. It was
Not
not
at
that at
all.
all.
They were
boring.
I think they were trying to do it, but it was more like The Irishman mixed with Goodfellas because they're all just older than shit. Everybody in that and every crew, they're all old, just old dudes, and they were so fucking annoying.
Yeah, I'm never a fan. Well, I can't say never. I think it's very difficult for one actor to play multiple characters. Well, Sinners. We'll talk
Yeah.
about that too. I actually think it was okay in Sinners, but in the Alto Knights, like,
It was awful. Oh my
context, like,
God.
wasn't there.
No, and I didn't even realize that he was playing both roles until I didn't realize who was like I was like, okay, who is this fucking actor? And I was like, oh my God, it's fucking him. But so like every time that they talk to each other, Frank and Vito talk to each other, some of the worst dialogue I've ever heard in a movie. It was just the most repetitive. Like they would just say like stereotypical gangster talk, like, oh, so what are you gonna do about it? What are you thinking? You think what I'm thinking? You gonna do it? You gonna do what you're thinking you're gonna do? Like that's exactly how they talked every time, and it drove me fucking crazy. It actually made me mad.
There was no build up, like the relationship. They're like, what? He's so loyal to him. They're best buddies. There was no build up into their relationship at all. It's just like, you never know, we were such good friends when we were kids, and then he went away, and now he's back. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
Okay, so why are you so fucking loyal to him? Because he gets out of jail, and he's just like, yeah, I'll give him everything back. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not how it worked.
I also did we talk about this for our most anticipated? Because I didn't remember hearing shit about this. The first time I saw this,
I'm
I think
positive I put it there.
I must just completely blacked it out then because I think the first time I even recognized this movie was I think I saw a trailer for it during Black Bag, and then the week after it was in the theater. I was watching it in the theater. I was like, holy shit. Because we're both just suckers for a gangster movie.
Absolutely.
I don't care like what they say, but I'm gonna see it no matter what. and it just was, oh my god! Like I think the day I went to see it, the reviews started coming in, and they were just shit. I wonder what
Yeah,
it's at now. I'm curious. Let's see.
it can't be good.
No, it can't be.
I think it was that like a 5.4 the last time, maybe.
So on Rotten Tomatoes, it's got a 39 and a 71% audience credit. Holy shit.
That's wild.
That's
Those people haven't
crazy.
seen a good gangster movie.
I mean, yeah, what the
5.7 on
fuck are they doing?
IMDb. I think it's more likely.
Think, yeah, I think I might have to lower mine, given just how much we're talking about, how much I don't like it. Let me see what I end up going with it, just because I'm
It was
curious.
just I ended up with a 5, and I feel that's kind of fair because it
I
was
was
just
at a
made.
5.2. I was at a 5.2. Yeah, it was mid.
Yeah, there's just
If I went
nothing.
3, if I went, I was thinking about going 3 honestly, but 3 would be Peter Pan Neverland Nightmare, which
Yeah,
honestly might be fucking.
that bad.
Honestly,
I
might be
didn't see
fucking
Peter Pan,
good.
so
Um, I think this is better than Until Dawn. This I think a 5 is fair for now. But yeah, just a lot of it just pissed me off. The dialogue, and then all the people in the cruise being older than shit really pissed me off too.
yeah.
How predictable it was whenever that cool guy Albert goes and gets whacked before he goes to Cuba. In the end pissed me off so much because they're building this huge thing up, like in the
Mhm.
cars. They're all heading up to that big fucking gathering of the fucking gangsters at this dude's house and farm,
Yeah.
and the guy just keeps
Yeah,
saying,
that
"What's
was
going on
silly.
up here, Frank? What's going on? Why we're gonna be late, Frank? What's going on?" Just for
Shut
them
up.
to all they all end up going to everyone goes to prison. Nothing even happens. I thought he was gonna show up and someone was gonna kill Vito and all this shit. They all, including Frank, go to prison, and that's the end
Yep.
of the movie. I was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
It
Like,
was it's just like, "Are you gonna testify?" Dude. It's like, "Oh,
I'm not
yeah,
feeling that well.
it's
Like, I'm gonna go home.
I gotta think about it."
Yeah,
But
that was like, oh, that
it
pissed me.
was
I might have to drop it now.
it dragged, and I think the biggest killer, this might be the biggest letdown, early runner for
Biggest
our
letdown for
awards.
sure. Yeah, I think so
A
too.
shame.
Yeah, so I'll stick at a 5 on it for now, but I wouldn't be surprised if I go in and change it, just because it just really pisses me off the more we're talking about it.
We're going up and down here, Ty. So we're going back up here with Magazine Dreams. You saw this before I did,
Yeah,
and I ended up seeing it. And I remember the first thing I texted you was, "Holy fuck, can Jonathan Majors act?"
yeah. First of all, first and foremost, this movie is fucked up, and I'll probably never watch it again. It's so good, but it was like I was seeing nothing but great reviews, and I even saw the trailer, and I'm thinking we're gonna get something different than what I thought it was gonna be. Like maybe more kind of Love Lies Bleeding, maybe that skewed my
Right.
vision of what bodybuilding movies are now. But I expected some kind of drama just about him being like a bodybuilder and shit happens to him along the way. But this is like something completely different. It was
Oh,
like he's
mental
mentally
case.
fucked up, and then he's got a fucked up life, and everything about him is fucked up.
Yeah.
And Major's just with a fucking great performance in this. I think honestly he should be nominated, but I don't think he will
It
be
will.
given this.
Yeah, it
He's
can't happen.
got terrible fucking shit going on in his personal life and all that. But yeah, I mean, he just fucking played the hell out of this part, probably because it's probably honestly how he acts in real life. If he like
Be a
is a
nutcase. Yeah.
sicko and just a nutcase like that, but he looked absolutely shredded too, even more so than he was in Creed. Fucking violent, roided out, coked out bodybuilder suits him well.
Yeah.
I think the way to describe this is just the Eminem song "Stan" and like Joker and
Right.
Taxi Driver thrown in.
100%.
Yeah,
Um, I kept looking at him throughout the movie, and I'm like, "Fuck, he looks like Jameis Winston too."
yeah, he
It's
does.
really funny. I couldn't take him seriously, but no, he's very talented.
Yeah.
Obviously a complete scumbag, but fuck, he can act.
He's a fucking
Um,
great actor. It's terrible. It sucks that he's not gonna be in as much shit anymore because he's an
yeah,
asshole.
he fucked up.
But, um, yeah, I mean, he just, like, acts so well. He makes you feel absolutely terrible for this guy because he's got nobody in his life besides his
Yeah.
grandpa. I mean, he's so fucking weird and awkward, and then you see him posting all this stuff online, all the hate comments you get, you feel fucking awful, and he's
Oh
Googling
my
how to
god,
make
yeah.
people like you. Seriously, is just depressing as shit.
Yeah.
And then he snaps on a dime, he'll talk to people and say he's gonna split their skull open and drink their brains like
Right.
soup. That's fucking gnarly.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Um,
it was very good. Yeah, I saw your rating. I never thought anything of this movie. Saw your rating. I didn't watch any trailers, nothing before going in because I'm like, all right, Ty has a good rating.
uh-huh.
Let me see what's up. And yeah, it was very good. I think I could have gone higher.
Yeah.
There were just some things that like uh when he goes to like kill that dude and
Mhm.
doesn't, but they spent it was like a long scene for it to not be real.
Right, yeah.
Um, so I'm like, okay,
The end, that whole last, like, third or something really
yeah,
drags on, and then it leads you a couple different ways. You're like, "Is he gonna shoot up an entire fucking event? Is he gonna kill this
yeah,
guy? Is he gonna kill this guy?" I mean, I'm glad he doesn't, because that would have made it just even more of a dark fucking movie. It's like,
yeah,
this guy's fucked up, and then he buys a gun, and you're like, "What's he gonna do with the gun?" And then he meets
yeah,
his idol, and you're like, "Okay, this is gonna turn his life around." Makes it fucking worse. He gets fucked
yeah.
gets fucked by his idol.
Like, hey, boy. Yeah, yeah,
And then, he gets jumped, and then it turns into Whiplash. He's like, he trashes the paint store or whatever, and then they come back and jump and beat the piss out of him, and then he whiplashes it and still makes it to that competition, and it is all fucked up.
right. Yeah,
And
just
then,
fucking falls over, and he
yeah,
what he makes his the judge who gave him a bad score. He goes to like
yeah,
his house, and that's the dude he actually does shit too. Yeah, I feel like exactly what you said. The last third of the movie, it was like they didn't know what to do,
uh
so
huh,
they did everything.
yeah. They did it
And
literally all, and they were like, okay, we could go this way, we could go this way, but let's
right,
just actually just do this. And really, in the grand scheme of things, nothing fucking changes in the movie, which is fine. He doesn't kill
sure,
anybody, and he just ends up just kind of like doing what he was doing before, which is
yeah,
fine. But yeah, I mean, other than the length and like I said, like just how dark it can be at times, really fucking good movie. I went an 8 on it.
yeah. I was
It could
hanging
be
around.
higher, honestly. It could be higher, but
I was expecting like an 8, 9 the
mhm,
entire time, and then I ended up bringing it down to a 7. But that's tied with some things here, so I bet
mhm,
I'm gonna be like at the end of it, probably a high 7. You know, 7,
mhm,
7.5, 7.8. By the time it comes to like actually ranking these things.
uh-huh. Yeah, that was a really solid movie. And that's also probably like contender for biggest surprise of the year 'cause I had no
I
idea what the hell that
think
movie
so too.
was.
Yeah, good
So
call. A working man, Jason Statham in yet another, "Hey, I'm a badass" type movie.
we knew exactly what this was gonna
It's
be.
exactly what it is.
Yeah. Like I told you, best promo ever from Fandango. I got to see this movie for like $3 because if you got a
There
ticket
you go.
from between 9 and 5, you got $5 off. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, this is no different than any other Statham banger. I think Stallone did the screenplay and the producing for it, so that's kind of cool.
hmm,
But there's nothing wrong with a stereotypical Statham banger.
yeah.
I'm
It's
here for
exactly
it.
what you expect, you know, you don't have to spend a ton of time on it. There's not a ton to
Uh,
analyze.
right.
It is just Jason Statham beating people up, doing his thing. It's basically a
It's Taken, but it's Jason
not as good
Statham.
Taken, exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
So I was at a 5 here.
Yeah, I think I ended up at a 6. I definitely didn't like it as much as Beekeeper, but Beekeeper was
It's just,
pretty fucking good compared to this one. But
yeah, it's just not memorable.
yeah, there were some cool spots like at the construction site in the beginning, he used like the bag of concrete to just blows over that dude's head. And then
Whaps
whenever they're
people.
in the biker bar, it's a pretty good fight scene. And in the back of that van, that's pretty cool too.
It was who directed this? David Ayer, which
Hmm.
is
He's done a bunch of shit. I
End of
think with Statham.
Watch. Oh, he also did Beekeeper, Bright, Fury,
Okay.
Harsh Times, Training Day. So this guy knows what he does. Did the
Yeah.
screenplay for the Fast and the Furious, the first one.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's solid.
I
Uh,
mean, I remember the last act being pretty good in this, like whenever he finally kills all those people, but I wrote down not enough ass kicking in the third act until he finally starts kicking ass. So whatever the hell that means.
and I get it. Makes sense.
Not enough ass kicking until he kicks some ass.
All right. Black Bag is the next one here, which is actually streaming already on
Yeah, it's on. I was gonna say it's on something. Yeah.
6.8 IMDb, 85, which I think is wild on Metacritic right now. You get another Skarsgård brother, Gustav Skarsgård,
Gustav.
with Michael Fassbender, which I'm finding that I don't like Fassbender
I
that
wrote that
much.
down too. I'm not a huge fan. I think he's a good actor, but I think he's overrated.
Yeah. What was it? The Killer? That sucked. That last
Killer,
movie he did.
Assassin's Creed, The Snowman. There's a
Yeah.
lot of duds in his filmography.
And I can never piece it together. I'm like, okay, is he bad at acting? Because I don't think he's
Yeah.
horrible, but he
I
takes
think a
bad
lot of the
roles.
time, I think, yeah, it's that and like scripts and shit like that. I think it's just like a little bit of everything, but
Yeah.
yeah, this one, it was okay. I liked
Yeah.
it. I like it's a good modern spy movie. Steven Soderbergh directed it, and the movie before that, I didn't really like that much. Presence, the one where it's about a ghost, but it's you don't
Oh
really
yeah, I
see the
didn't see
ghost or
that
anything
one.
like that.
Yeah.
It was kind of just meh. But
Yeah.
I like this movie was pretty good. I guess in a lot of his movies, he does this thing with like a lens flare and makes it kind of look foggy, like with like every
Uh,
time they're sitting at the dinner
yes, I saw that
table.
note. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
I'm like,
like
what the
that.
fuck is this?
I hated that.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was about.
I think this one started off pretty slow, but it gets more intense as they're trying to figure out like who's the rat and how the stories are all going to come together and shit. So I liked it once it all started to come together a little bit, even if it was a little bit predictable. This one's solid though. I think all day. I think I went 7.2 on this one.
Nice. I did a 6. It like you said, it was a okay
Hmm.
thriller spy type film.
Hmm.
Took a little, which what's interesting to me is it took a little bit to get where it was going,
Yeah,
but yet
yeah,
it's
definitely.
only an hour and a half long.
I know
So
that's what
that
I'm saying. It felt long for an hour and 30. That's like holy shit.
so like if that's a thing, like you're talking a quarter of the movie is just getting to where you're going,
Yeah.
and that's a bit of a problem.
It's honestly shocking that it's only an hour and 30 minutes long because it felt longer. I don't
Yeah,
know how they
yeah.
did that.
I actually just looked at it now. I did not think
Yeah.
it was that short.
Well, I
Um,
like this one a little
yeah,
less than
decent
Hard
enough.
Eyes, a little bit more than Companion, just for
Gotcha.
some comparisons there. A little less than One of Them Days.
One of them days.
Solid though. There's not too many modern spy movies these days. I think the last one was that fucking Argyle horse shit movie. It was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Oh my,
I
don't ever.
refused.
Yeah, don't
But
ever.
not spies, but full out warfare is the next one we got here. I actually just watched this a few days ago, so pretty fresh in the mind here. I didn't expect it to be what it was.
Really?
Um, I didn't really look a ton into it before
Right. I didn't really either.
watching it, but
I just saw the trailers and it kind of just shows like, warfare shit. So okay. Kind of
yeah,
knew I knew it was gonna be like that. And I think that some of the taglines were like the most realistic depiction of war. And I think that's definitely accurate. I think that's pretty
yeah.
fucking accurate.
I didn't expect it to be one location the entire
Right.
time.
Yeah. I don't think I did either.
I'm
Definitely
like,
didn't
okay,
either.
they're gonna go on missions and all that. No, it was one mission, hanging out with all that shit. Will Poulter in this one, and then
Hmm.
Joseph Quinn. I knew I
He's
recognized him.
everywhere. Yeah, he's everywhere these days.
He's
He's blowing up.
what Eddie Munson from Stranger Things, and
Yeah,
then
he's in the Fantastic Four. He was in Gladiator 2.
I didn't realize I
He was
recognized
in
this guy. I saw his face, but
I know
I'm
exactly what
gonna
you're gonna
I'm gonna
say.
butcher this name. DeFaro Wunatai,
Oh, no, okay, never mind. That's not who I
uh,
thought.
Reservation Dogs. He's a Native American dude.
Oh, was he the second like fire team leader, whatever the hell?
No,
Badass.
he's the guy who's like taking care of the fucked up guy.
Oh, okay. I
He's
know who
like
you're talking
yelling at
about.
him. He's like, "Yeah, you
Yeah.
stay with me," like plugging his holes with
Uh huh.
the gods, which that made me cringe.
I know, so bad. Very fucking gory movie.
Yeah, that Iraqi dude that they were working with gets destroyed.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say you recognized Michael Gandolfini.
Holy fuck, no. That's
Yeah,
who okay, yeah.
bunch of
I'm like,
familiar
look at this
faces in this cast.
I'm like, this
Sick
big
cast,
dumb idiot.
honestly.
He's like a Shane Gillis looking
Yeah.
looking guy. Okay, that was Gandolfini.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I think it's only one of his. I don't know if he's been in anything since he was in the Out or whatever the hell the
He's in
Sopranos movie was, but
he's in the new Daredevil.
oh yeah, that's right. Okay,
I haven't watched that yet.
I watched the first couple episodes and I quit giving a shit, but I thought this movie
Uh,
was sweet 'cause it's based on like the guy's actual experiences during the Iraq
right.
War, and that's it's perfect for us because that's like whenever we're able to start remembering shit.
Right.
Like it hit
Right.
like perfect time for us. I remember watching the news back in the day and it'd all be about like the fucking invasion of Iraq and all this
Everything.
shit. It was everywhere.
Yeah.
So that was cool too. So it's like it's
Actually
our
filmed in
history. It's on,
Iraq.
yeah. It's like our tariff that, but it's like our version of history, not just like everybody else's. It's like it
Right.
happened during our lifetime, so that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
A few non-World War II focused movies.
Yeah, exactly. But I definitely think most realistic depiction of war for sure. I thought it was awesome how it started off with such high vibes with like that "Call on Me" music
Right.
video. It's electric, and then it just jumps into like literal warfare.
Yeah.
They did a really good job building tension as they after they raid that house and they set their
Yep.
base up and they're looking at those guys, and you're just waiting for like the sniper to get sniped or something, and then all of a sudden a fucking grenade through the window completely
Yeah.
catches you off guard. I was like, holy
I
shit.
was amazed they didn't get more fucked up than they did by that
I
grenade.
know. I thought they were gonna be like fucked up bad. But I was waiting for the guy with the mustache, the sniper, he was a badass. I think that's
Yeah.
I can't
Big dude.
I think he was technically the guy that it was based off of. He gets
Cosmo
so fucked
Jarvis.
up repeatedly, he gets fucked up, and he was
Yeah. He got the
badass.
grenade. He got that.
Yeah, he got the grenade, he got the IED or whatever, the
Oh,
RPG, whatever the hell it was.
he was in Alto Knights.
Really?
He was
Oh,
Vincent
is he the guy that they
Gigante.
sent to Cuba?
Uh,
Vincent? I thought he looked from he's the guy that fucking kills
he's a
or the guy
shooter.
that shoots
Yeah.
it the guy that shoots Frank.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah.
shit. You know what?
Yes.
I thought he looked familiar now you say that. That's crazy.
His name's Cosmo.
Cosmo.
Mo Kramer. But
He's
yeah, no,
British
dug
too.
this
What the
movie.
hell? Yeah, no, I really like this movie. It's definitely one of my favorites of the year. It's one of those ones
It,
that makes you fucking proud to be an American. And I wish I had the balls to do this shit, but I never would
yeah. No.
because I'm a
Same.
pussy. But if
Yep.
people don't like this movie and they don't like it, you're a fucking loser. USA, USA,
America.
USA.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I
I
went I
wanted
went
I wanted to
9
go
on
play
it.
Call of Duty, the good ones, not the
Yeah,
shit that's out now.
exactly.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I have it at a 7, but again, this is likely gonna be a high 7 by
Uh-huh.
the end of it.
Yeah, I went 9.
Yeah. Okay. I bet that has to put it up there
Yeah,
with
I mean,
on our list here.
yeah, I figured
Which
after we're done with doing the next two, we could see what's our top 5 going right now. I think
yeah.
we'll see what we got.
All right, 2 more here, and then I'm gonna go fucking grub it up. I'm hungry.
Big time.
But we got Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts is the next one here, the latest installation in the Marvel films after Endgame. It's been kind of a downturn here for
Mhm,
Marvel in a bit. I waited for your review to
mhm.
get me to go and watch this one. You're like, this was the best that it's been, and
Yeah,
uh, then I'm like, all right, good enough for me. And
yeah.
yeah, solid movie. It still felt like I don't care as
Mhm.
much about these characters.
Right.
So
I
it's
think that
kind of
was
hard
almost
to
I
feel.
think that was
Yeah,
almost the point going to this one because
that's
it is a
fair.
bunch of people that, like, they're either B characters or, like, nobody really gives a fuck about these characters. Like, I didn't really give too much of a fuck about any of them, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
but now after this one, I'm a pretty big fan of all of them, except for
Yeah.
Ghost. She can still kick fucking rocks, but,
Who? Okay, so maybe you'll know this. Who gets fucking blasted in the beginning of the movie when they're
oh,
like
that's
breaking into that place?
Taskmaster, the villain
That's
from
who that
Black
was.
Widow. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
There were
all
so many
right.
theories about how they weren't gonna make it through the whole movie, and they not at all. They just get blasted right away. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they're fighting. Oh, damn, that dude is he
Yeah,
dead?
showed up and got captured. I was like, holy shit.
Got destroyed.
Yeah,
um,
I loved
but
how they
yeah,
did Sentry and Bob and Void. I thought it was fucking great.
Sentry was
I
wild.
loved how the Void looked.
Yeah,
Just fucking like
Sentry
pin little eyes, all
was
black, fucking wild.
he was hard as fuck.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
I'm not the biggest David Harbour guy. I liked him. He's funny.
yeah. He's pretty funny in this.
Um, Overall, it was enjoyable. My issue with almost any movie that does this, when the bad guy is defeated by the power of love,
Yeah, that is really lame.
it
Whenever you
it
say,
makes
yeah.
me angry.
Uh-huh.
It's like, oh, it's just you are wanted. Oh, I hug you. You're so much better. And like this just goes back to the fucking woman in the yard. It's like depression, suicidal thoughts. Yeah, all real shit. I'm sorry, this is not how it's not gonna go that way.
Hmm.
But yeah, I wish he was a little bit more hardcore and they had to like really fight him.
Yeah,
Some,
yeah.
some
The Sentry's hardly even in the movie. It's mostly just Bob and Void.
yeah.
We see Sentry for like 5 minutes or so, and
And he
he is
dyes his
like just
hair.
completely unkillable. Yeah, he's completely just like unkillable and shit. So it's gonna be wild to see how he's gonna be in Doomsday and shit once that finally
Right.
rolls around. And that's another thing. I wish they didn't like announce the entire cast of this movie would be in Avengers Doomsday before this movie was over. But that's cool too. And how do you feel about the whole name change now?
What I missed? Sorry, what
Oh,
name
so
change?
so like now for like they did all like the social media and stuff. It was like they had the Wheaties box and big billboard and shit like
Oh,
that. But now
yes.
they're doing the new Avengers. They're,
Right.
they're pretty much calling it the new Avengers now.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think they're powerful enough to
Yeah.
be close
No,
to
I
that.
don't.
I think that,
Yeah. No, I
yeah.
don't think so either. I think they should just leave it Thunderbolts. Honestly, I like that. I like that
Yeah.
they're kind of doing that, but I think they should still
Yeah. They
just.
put that fucking asterisk
Yeah,
that
yeah.
next to the name and everything.
I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be like the Dark Avengers or some shit, not just the new Avengers, which
Sure.
is cool. It's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting to see how they interact with like Captain America's bitch ass.
Right. The I'm trying to see like where Sentry ranks in terms of like strength.
I think
And
he's like debatably number one overall.
because like people can make all the arguments and everything. It's just like just in general, like
Mhm.
no super suits or any like random things. Like, but if this guy holds this stone,
Yeah.
then he's more powerful. It's like no,
Yeah, I
there's
think he's like actually like one of the top, which is kind of wild considering he was just like a dude that they
just
gave shit
made.
to. Yeah, and they made him, but yeah, apparently he's like
God.
high end.
Marvel's most powerful hero, hands down, is the quote. The power of a million exploding suns. God
He's
damn.
basically their Superman. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
basically like Marvel's version of Superman. They say.
He often defeats the Hulk and Thor in the
Mhm.
comics. All right. Yeah, it's rad. It's just apparently if you give him a hug, he'll back down.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that was my gripe with my big gripe with the movie. Funny enough, I end up with a 7 here, but this will not be a high 7. I bet it'll
yeah,
end up. I think 7 is where I'll land.
yeah. I went 8.4. Pretty good. I liked it quite a bit. So I liked it a little bit more than Mickey 17, a little bit more than Magazine Dreams, a little bit less than Warfare, a little bit less than
Okay.
Sinners and all that shit. So about there. I think that's probably going to make it 1, 2, 3 on my list right now.
Okay. Awesome. One left here, Ty, and I did give you a little preview here that I think this might be where our biggest disagreement is
I
in
was
terms
shocked.
of films right now, because I saw your ranking. You had a big old 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd,
Yeah.
and I did not. So let's just start there. I didn't kill this movie. I didn't hate it. I gave it a 6.
Okay.
And handful of reasons. I wanted more. I
Mhm.
wanted it to be more. I think I wrote down that like this felt like it was originally supposed to be like these dudes versus the KKK. But then some producer, someone was like, but what if we add vampires? It kind of felt a little bit like that. The random, and like I get that they connect a bit, but like when he comes out and performs and they're like
Mhm.
going back in time and they're going to the future and it's this huge drug fueled fever dream. That felt silly to me. I didn't really like that part. And like the
Yeah.
whole thing about the vampire, like we need him because he can connect us to the past and shit. But that
Mhm.
was never really like explained too much.
Yeah, that did get a little bit convoluted. And even the end kind of got a little bit convoluted because he kills like the main vampire
Right.
and everybody else doesn't die except for like Stack and then Mary, they don't die and shit. So I don't know. I guess I guess you have to kill the one that made you. I don't know. But either way,
Yeah,
I
I thought
really
it'd be
like
like a domino effect.
Yeah, I thought so too, but then it turned out they lived. So I was like, what the hell's going on there with that one? But
Right.
I didn't even take much notice on this one because the theater was fucking packed. Me and Tay
Sure.
saw it, I think, opening weekend, so I didn't really even get to take too many notes. But I remember texting you like for months, like I was like, "This movie looks so fucking bad. It's
Yeah.
gonna flop. Looks stupid."
Yeah.
And I just couldn't have been more wrong. I'll fucking admit that I was wrong on this one for sure. It was great. I
And
think it is my favorite movie of the year so far. The whole cast is great. Haley Steinfeld, the guy that plays Sammy, it's his debut. First acting role.
is that I was gonna say that he was fantastic.
Yeah.
He was
The
very good.
the lead vampire guy, he was great too.
Yeah.
And then even
See,
the older guy that plays like the Delta Slim or whatever, he was great too. Like the entire cast fucking great.
yeah. I can agree with that. And what's funny is I think I was the opposite. I'm like, oh, that looks kind of neat.
Mhm.
And maybe that's why I went in with high expectations. You went in with
Uh-huh.
low.
Yeah,
and then
probably.
it kind of ended up that way. My biggest issue with it is because I looked this up after I saw it. Is the hype around it? The
Yeah.
hype is nuts. It is currently sitting at an 8.1. It was higher when I first looked at this.
Hmm.
Um, and I put the movies that are currently next to it in terms of IMDb ratings. So
Hmm.
we can play a quick game here. Game with Billy, real quick. I'm gonna name uh a movie, and you tell me what's better, the movie I name or Sinners, because this
Okay.
is where it is in the range of in IMDb ratings. So let's start with more recent. Sinners or Oppenheimer?
It's got to be Oppenheimer all day.
Okay, all right. Sinners, The Wolf of Wall Street.
See, this is crazy. It's got to be the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes, it does. Sinners or The Green Book?
Oh, Green
I think
Book.
that one's a little closer.
I think that one is definitely a little bit closer, but like for my money, oh, I don't know. That's tough. I think I might have gave Green Book a 10 out of 10 back in the day, so I'd have to say Green
I think I
Book.
did too. Okay. Um, Sinners or Shutter Island?
Oh fuck, Shutter Island. I think that movie's fucking great.
Sinners or Casino? Have you seen Casino yet?
Still have not seen Casino.
Okay, all right, we'll skip that one.
Have to
Sinners
see
or
it.
Top Gun Maverick?
Oh my god, this is crazy. It's got to be everything is the opposite here. It's not. It's always going to be the other. It's
Then
always going to be Maverick in that
and
situation.
then I got two more. Sinners or No Country for Old Men?
That's not even. That's not even a question to me. It's always
Sinners
going
or
to be
Kill
No
Bill?
Country. Wow. I mean, that's crazy. So it's up there with all those.
Exactly. And that is my problem with that. It is
Yeah.
not at that level. And some of those movies are older. Maybe
Hmm.
what we think of as these ratings has shifted in
Hmm.
time. Maybe movies were just better back then. We can go the old nostalgia type route. But when
Hmm.
yeah, when I started looking these up, and the first one I noticed was Oppenheimer, I'm like, no, fuck you. That is nuts.
Yeah, that is wild.
So yeah, while I enjoyed it, some things were silly. I thought the gore effects were pretty B movie level. Some of it kind of felt Terrifier with the color of the
A
blood.
little bit, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I just think if it wasn't as overhyped as it was, I'd be a little more happy
Mm.
about it. But yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, I liked it a lot more than I thought I was gonna like it. I ended up going 9.3, so pretty
Okay.
fucking high. I wanted to go see it again in
Awesome.
theater, but I just nothing ended up lining up, so I didn't go. But I'll definitely be giving this one another rewatch. Just a lot of fun.
You
Nothing beats
having
a good vampire romp.
having a full out legit popcorn machine now,
Oh
it's a
yeah,
problem. It's
I'm
a
sure.
problem.
I'm so
So,
sure.
rewatching movies, turn that thing on, few minutes, fucking rules. Yeah,
Hell
that.
yeah.
So let's end this episode with our current top five, actually top six, because we have some ties. So currently sitting at the top, which will change after we get your ratings in, are the two that I talked about today that only I have seen: Novocaine and The Accountant 2. So those are currently sitting at the top just because I gave them both an 8 and you don't have a rating in quite yet.
Hmm.
Third place, not tied. Actually, this is tied for first. So Novocaine, The Accountant, and Warfare are all currently tied for first with
Wow.
a consensus rating of 8. Fourth, uh, by itself is Thunderbolts, which that's surprising to me.
Yeah. Wow.
Um, Tied for fifth, Mickey 17 and Sinners.
Hmm.
So these will obviously change. You'll get your ratings in for those two you haven't seen, and then when it comes time for us to talk about our top movies of the year, these I just do rounded numbers for my ratings for now, and then eventually I rank them. So yeah, that's where we're currently sitting. We have 3 action movies, 1 drama, 1 adventure, and 1 horror movie at the top. Not far behind is Magazine Dreams.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think that's just going to eventually get weaned out as we get a couple more big releases coming up here.
Yeah.
But Dreams definitely are going to be a top tenner, I'm sure.
Yeah. We only
Yeah, I
have
mean,
31 movies.
yeah, it's crazy. I think
Last year there was more by this time.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. There was definitely a little bit of a lull, but I think now, like, we're gonna hit a stride here
Yeah.
because let me see, I wrote them down just because there was a couple that are like pretty big coming up at the end of the month. So this week, there's Clown in a Cornfield, which sounds hilarious. It sounds like ass, so I'm definitely gonna end up seeing it. I'm a sucker for those shitty fucking horror movies. That friendship movie with Tim Robinson, that's gonna be a
Yeah.
good one.
That looks good.
Final Destination is Bloodlines. That I'm ready for some more Final
That'll be
Destination
fun. Yeah.
craziness. And then Mission Impossible, which is gonna probably be my top of the year as it stands. Definitely at least has 10 out of 10 potential.
Yeah.
The new Lilo and Stitch, I think I might make that my first Disney live action I see in theater because I like the
Yeah.
first Lilo and
I'm with you.
Stitch, and
I'm
I
with
think
you.
I'm actually gonna go see this one. It's really good. And then the 30th of May, we get Bring Her Back, which looks crazy. It's from the same guys that did Talk to Me, so I'm pretty hyped for that one too. So
Oh,
we're definitely gonna hit a stride here.
okay. I had to add that one to my list. I did not have that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It looks crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna go on a run here. This week's a little quiet, like you said,
Hmm.
but after that, we keep on moving.
We'll be back
Terminator.
without without a 2 month intermission this time.
Yeah, yeah. I won't have surgery again, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time.